Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is I Love You Say It Back. It's NFL Week 16. Only 2 weeks left. Let's go. 2 weeks left. That hit a little hard right there, you know what I'm saying? What do you mean there's just 2 weeks left this damn season, man?
Feels like it just started.
Feels like we just start. Gotta plug the microphone all the way in. Feels like it did just start. I'm not gonna lie. There's gonna be some time off when we have, obviously in the off season where we're not gonna be doing obviously there's no football to talk about, but right now I'm like in the middle of it and I'm like, yeah, I could use a little break. And then I'm going to take like 2 weeks off. I'm going to be like, damn, now I feel like I'm not doing enough. That's how this shit goes, man. Welcome in. Thank you guys for joining us. It's I Love You Say It Back as a podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, which for some reason, I told you some episodes on YouTube pop off, they get like 20, 30, 40 views. And then some, I was looking at the last one that I did with C's. That one just like randomly got like 150. And then some other ones that we did, like Kick It with Justin, and a few other ones just randomly get a couple thousand. And then it's just, YouTube is crazy. So I really want to lock in and focus on it next year. And because there's like it's like a whole different world out there, you know? YouTube.
No, for sure, yeah.
So make sure you guys are liking and subscribing over there.
Make sure you guys share, please.
Today, just me and Preet in studio. So glad you guys were able to join us out here. I do want to start with this because we're going to get into our Wednesday wisdom, but just don't forget, if you are listening on Spotify, Apple, wherever you're listening, hit that follow, hit that subscribe, get notifications every time we drop an episode. Social media, don't forget to follow. We just wrapped up our Old Dominion giveaway, so we're going to be doing more giveaways, more collaborations, more things in 2026. So be sure to follow the page at ILY Say It Back Pod. I'm at Vic D Radio.
I'm at pre_sing13.
Let's get into some football, but before we actually get into some football, I wanted to quickly recap. I love talking to you guys about this, and you know, we have these conversations on our flagship podcast, our I Love You Say It Back, the normal Thursday episode. People submit questions. It's called Wednesday Wisdom, and this one is I wanted to get your thoughts on it. It has to do with like low effort dating. So I'm going to read you the question. You tell me what you think. Hey Vic, so this didn't happen to me, but I've seen videos on this quote low effort dating trend, and I wanted to hear your thoughts on it. It's men now asking women to go on walks or to the park or coffee instead of getting dressed and taking her out to a nice restaurant and show or something. Like, why? As a woman, I want to be wined and dined. I love feeling pretty and just having a fun night. Should women just be okay with this, or what's the deal? Why are you doing this? The why are you doing this was hilarious, first of all. Not I. But I do. If I were doing this is what I would prefer to do. I like doing it. What are your thoughts on low effort? I have an issue with the name of it because it implies something really bad, but tell me your thoughts.
Well, I mean, it depends on, like, I think I don't know if we talked about it a little bit, but it depends on when it is. Like, is this right off the bat? If they're...
Yes, like,
the person, yeah.
There's a girl that I am attracted to on Instagram, and we're DMing, like, back and forth, you know.
I think everyone's different. Obviously, you know, you get that gives you a way to figure out, like, well, you know, how that person is and if you like that person. Because there's people that are been together for, you know, 40, 50, whatever years, and one of the, you know, they're both like that, or one of the person is not. They don't want to go out. They don't want to, you know, and they're still good.
So I guess let me contextualize this. This is more of like,
if it's happening,
courting
like
her,
later,
like you're courting, like as a way to try to get to know her, or to. Like you're like on a first date, think about it that way. Do you still think that that's okay to do on a first date, or how do you feel? You think you should be doing a little bit more as a guy?
I feel like nowadays, since dating is a lot more like, it's more common and they do a lot more than before. Because I mean, I don't know how I feel about going all out on the first date because you're still getting to know them.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not going to go, you know, make reservations at the top spot in town. You're not gonna get a limo for them, put a suit on. Like you don't even know that person.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. One of my friends brought this up where it was like, well, what if you know kind of right off the bat you're like, this ain't gonna work. Yeah. Okay, well we already got plans for blank and blank, and then she's gonna feel uncomfortable too.
Exactly. So I think everything should start off slow. Like, you know, obviously it depends on the people. Some people like doing, you know, getting dressed up. Some girls like getting dressed up, putting their makeup on, and going out. Some girls don't. They'd rather go and have coffee or go on a walk. I don't think that makes the person not like you. You know, I don't think that's like a sign of they don't like you or
not putting in any
not
effort.
putting
That's why to me the name
yeah,
bothers
the
me.
low effort thing is crazy because it's like I think it's more of a personality thing. Some people just don't like doing that. Now, I don't, you know, as the relationship goes on, you should definitely take. I think you should definitely have, you know, dates and, you know, if you want to say high effort dates or, you know, where you are going out dressing up,
Whining, dining. Stuff.
Yeah, I think that's. But I also think the other ones are important too. The low effort ones because that's when you kind of get to know each other a little bit more. You can, you know, it's a little more private. There's not any distractions. You know, you're not at a show. You're not at like a, you know, event. You're not at a big dinner. It's just you two. So
I think if we change the name to it to where it's like in low effort has a negative connotation with it. I don't care what anybody says. Low effort, like it's just bad name to it. So I think if it was called like if it had a different name to it, you're looking at it completely wrong. I feel like whoever's inviting you on a coffee date, on a walk date, to the park date, and, you know, anything like that, that means we're removing everything. We're stripping our conversation. We're stripping everything down to a conversation. Motherfuckers can't hold a conversation. There's a lot of people who can't just talk and enjoy each other's company without there being like, let me buy you another round. Let me buy you another drink. It's like you should take this as a compliment that this person's trying to get to know you. I said this on the last party. If I'm just trying to crack one night, yeah, let's go out, get drinks. We'll get bottles. We'll go do music. I'm not trying to get to know you. I'm trying to impress you so that hopefully by the end of the night, I'm smacking. That's it. But if I'm asking a girl out to a park to go have coffee, guess the likelihood.
I think, she got it wrong. She should be more excited for those.
You should. Yes.
That low effort is. I don't think that's the right name for it because I think that's a person doing that. It takes more effort because, like you said, you're putting yourself in a vulnerable situation to have a conversation. It's easy to take a girl to the club, to a bar. You don't got to do anything. You're not talking. Like you can't hear them. You just got to
spend a little money. And that's it.
You're just sitting there looking at your drink, looking at the food, watching people. That's easy. You know, I don't know how, like, you know, everybody's different, but I've never had, like, obviously later into the relationship, but you always get more positive feedback from like a low effort date because you're like, that was fun. You know, we talked about stuff and
we really got to know each other. We had a conversation.
Like, oh, I love going to the bar with you, or, you know, a high end bar. That was awesome. I needed that. Like,
yeah. So. 1,000,000% agree.
I think she's looking at it the wrong way. I think it's a positive thing you do.
100% could not agree more. You're looking at it wrong. You're looking at the title and saying low effort dating, but if you really strip it down, he's trying to get to know you. You're looking at it wrong. You got to look at it through the other lens. And I agree with you. There should be the initial ones should be like slow, easy, and they honestly make women probably feel a little bit safer too. We're in a public area. We're in a park during the day, you know, and there's no drinks. There's nothing involved. Where it's like sometimes girls worry about like, what do they put in my drink? Nothing like that. And then if it doesn't work out, it's like, all right, well, I got to get going. We'll see you later, you know, instead of like being locked in for a night where you made plans to have dinner and a movie. And then you're like, yeah, but I already know I'm not feeling this person like that, you know? So it's like, I think everybody wins. But not everybody wins in football. That's
not us.
And that's one thing we know that the Raiders, good effort today. We'll talk about that. But let's start in the one of the best games of the entire year, but also, you know, I withheld from adding this or making this a bet your mortgage, bet your house, bet your kids, bet your wife game, but I loved the Rams in this situation. And I got to be honest with you, for 3 quarters, I was feeling great. I was feeling fantastic. I was like, yeah, you know, the Rams, just like I predicted, Sam Darnold did not play good until he had like 1 or 2 good drives at the end. But other than that, he was throwing picks. He wasn't that great. Ken Walker had a good run. But other than that, the Rams looked good up until the comeback. It was I think they had they punted, they had the punt return to the house. Then they went 3 and out, gave the ball right back. They come back, tied it. Then they go 3 and out again. And it's just like, then you talk about you. I don't even want to get into the 2-point conversion thing. I don't want to get. We're just going to talk about results here. But at the end of the day, that 2-point conversion was one of the craziest things. You're going to call it and reverse it after the play
that
was
wild.
blown dead.
We could talk. Yeah.
I mean, you can't look the Rams fat ass kicker missed the damn 44-yard field goal or something like that, and the goddamn Rams got me going to Walmart buying Great Value, got me wearing Snoop Dogg's clothing, got me. It's bad, man. The damn Rams. What do you think?
You got your Shacks on?
Yeah, the Shacks are fucking cracking. But it was rough.
It was a good game. I mean, that 2-point conversion was crazy. I've never seen. There's been some crazy stuff this year that I feel like. I mean, we obviously it's right now recent, but stuff that we've never seen. Like
yes,
that 2-point conversion was crazy. The play was called dead. Everyone stopped. Even Charbonnet picked it up all nonchalant, like, "Oh, I had a ball," and they were like,
he wasn't even going for.
He was just picking the ball up to give it to the ref.
Yeah.
He picked it up. Luckily, he picked it up and he was over the line. So they were like, we'll give it to you.
So impossible, but hell of a game. One of the best,
Great
maybe
game.
the best Thursday game in Thursday night
This
history.
year, yeah.
But yeah.
Damn, yeah.
And then what it did in the removing the result, like how we got to the end result, like a big giant comeback, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But what it did in the swing, the Rams were going for the number 1 seed.
Now
yeah. They go from that. They're in a wild card spot right now, which is crazy.
You go from potentially having a bye to now you're in the wild card. So
to penthouse to the outhouse almost, but they're still okay. They're okay. To me, they're still a really good team. To me, Seattle's still a really good team. So great game. Damn Rams. I hate you. And you could have changed a lot. It could have gone a long way. Just know that I should have known it was going to be a rough week after that. Anyways, let's move on. Eagles 29, Commanders 18. An expected result, a little close early, and the Eagles find a way to pull it out. Not much to take away from this one. Commanders are going nowhere.
Yeah.
Eagles. Only thing I will say is the Eagles. Obviously, they had that stretch where they struggled. Now they're going to play. They got a soft schedule on the back end. And I'm curious to see how they finish the year heading into the playoffs because they still got the talent. They still have the talent on the team.
They're still the champions. They got their main pieces. You got to beat the champs, so they're still the champs. So.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's tough to trust them. They don't do anything special, even against, like, sorry teams. Like, yeah, they won 29-18, but it was nothing like, oh, Jalen Hurts is back or, like, this guy's back, this guy. So,
yeah.
I feel like I think they're just, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, they're a tough team because, again, they have the talent, but they're not winning impressively. They're losing a bet to the good teams and all that stuff. So we'll see. It'll be interesting.
Yep.
But they are getting Lane Johnson back, so we'll see how that's a big, for most teams, you wouldn't make a point of that, but that is a big deal to them. Packers 16, Bears 22. These are yesterday's games. These were the Saturday games. That was another incredible game. Very close, very good, great ending. I will say Jordan Love going out in the second quarter, I believe, obviously takes a little bit of the sauce and the sting away from this game because that was not the true Packers team with their star quarterback. But regardless, we got a good game, and the Bears get another dub.
Yeah, Bears look good. Obviously, like you said, the win wasn't as, it's not as refreshing as it would be if Jordan Love was playing, but I think it was dope how the Bears did it. Caleb finally, he finally had a chance to go out there and win a game. I've been saying this all year, like they've been winning with running and defense. Caleb hasn't had his. He had it last week when he threw that pick in the end zone to try to win it. I don't know if you remember that, but this week it was up. They had that 4th and 4. They scored in OT to force OT. Got an onside kick, I think, before they scored that, and then that throw to DJ Moore was dope. That was one of the best throws of the season.
That was crazy. They went for the jugular instead of just like all they needed was a field
Caleb
goal.
He's so talented.
He's so good. I'm gonna start painting my nails.
A little fruity, but he's cool.
I'm gonna start painting my nails.
Yeah, Bears look good. They look like a complete team. So.
They do. I like that you said that because I was gonna mention it. It feels like they have few weaknesses.
This is all I've been preaching for them is they just need Caleb. He just needs a couple opportunities, even win or lose. Even if they would have lost that game, it was good to get that experience because they're going to go to the playoffs. Now it's like, all right, they're kind of tested.
Vikings 16, Giants 13. two takeaways from this game. Giants continue. They're still in the hunt for the number 1 overall pick, which this year matters a lot because Fernando Mendoza is Andrew Luck mini, kind of like a mini Andrew Luck.
Yeah, I like that.
He is
That's my QB.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully,
So that sets up nicely for next week, the Toilet Bowl. That sets up for y'all to.
It's either going to be the funniest game of all time or the worst. Like it's gonna.
We have to get together and watch
It's gonna be crazy, man.
Because somebody's got to win, and you're like, look, we've had a shitty season all season. Why are we gonna? Might as well get that number 1 overall pick. Might as well get our quarterback. What do you do? What do you do if you're the Giants though?
I feel like they're already starting to kind of, hey, let's just keep like, because even this game, the ending was kind of weird. I don't think Vikings weren't trying to lose. Vikings are still in the hunt somehow. JJ, I think JJ get hurt again.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so but Vikings are a weird team. I feel like Giants kind of they stayed in it, but they wasn't like they're not. Nobody's trying to. I mean, I don't know, but they see it now. They see the vision. Okay, it's because they don't need a quarterback. Giants don't need a quarterback. Obviously, they're not going to take a quarterback number 1, but it gives them the opportunity to trade back and get a lot more.
So much. Get a haul. And then the Vikings, another injury. I don't feel like anyone's threatened or even wondering really much about that team, even if they are still in the hunt. Bengals 45, the Dolphins 21. Wait, I skipped the game. My bad. We'll come back to that one. Actually, no. We'll talk about this because I don't have much to say on this Bengals-Dolphins game. Again, Dolphins just going nowhere, man. Like I will say,
benched Tua.
Quinn Ewers was pretty good early on, and then
I feel like anybody's gonna look good because the way Tua plays, like it doesn't look like he's like unorthodox. Like it looks weird. So when you put a guy back there that plays like a traditional way, it looks cool. It's like, oh damn,
and Quinn Ewers can sling it, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it looked good. Yeah. So, but all this tells me is Bengals won 45-21 as expected. Now next week they're gonna lay an egg because that's what they do.
Yep. Have a good performance.
Ball out, look good. They're like, okay, here comes a big good Joe Burrow. Here's the Bengals.
Will you stay with us, Joe Burrow? How about now?
Next week. So
let's get into Chargers 34, Cowboys 17. I thought that the Cowboys were going to pull off this upset. I keep saying this to one of my buddies on IG. I'm like, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. I'm waiting for the upset to happen with the Chargers, and they just keep churning out wins. I don't pick against them. I make my picks every day or every Saturday on Instagram or every Sunday, whatever it is. But I don't pick against them because I think they're the inferior team. I keep thinking that someone's going to finally exploit their offensive line injury
because it's been happening every year. You expect the Chargers to lose 3 or 4 times. Every year they get upset or it's like, comeback loss 3 or 4 times. So you're just waiting for it. It's not happening. They're playing good.
They're playing good, and they're in the wild card hunt as well in the AFC. Let's move on to Bucks 20, Panthers 23. Crazy game, division game. Panthers opening up is it 1 or 2 game lead in that division?
I think 1 because Bucks they're up.
Well, they were tied, right?
Yeah,
they were tied. But regardless, that's a bad division. That's one of those like somebody's got to win this. But I will say I'm impressed by what I've seen the Panthers overall this year. They still feel like they're another weapon.
I think it's weapon. Bro. They're to them just win. Like if they can make the playoffs, that's a huge accomplishment. Yeah. Coming from the last couple of years, I mean they were the worst team in the. Everybody was like, oh, they're the worst team in the league. Nobody, people were off on Bryce Young, all that stuff. So I think it's cool. I think it's dope that they're winning these games, and they're not playing easy teams. Buccaneers are still a pretty legit team. So
yeah,
they've been beating some good teams. Panthers have.
Speaking of, real quick on the Bucks, what the hell's happening to the Bucks? They've lost so many games. They're not looking good. They've lost. What is it, 7 of 8 or 6 of 7, something like that. They played really, they started, considering the way that they started the year and the roster that they're finally starting to kind of get back together. I get there was injuries in the middle of all that, but they've lost a lot of games.
I think injury, Baker was in the MVP talks a couple weeks ago. Now he's, But we knew, it's so hard. Like every time they did win in the early year, it was like comeback wins, game-winning drives.
Like, this is not sustainable. Absolutely.
It's just not going to happen. And now they're getting guys back, but if not, it's not too late. Obviously, there's 2 weeks left, so that division, somebody just trying to they're just trying to squeeze into the playoffs and hopefully something happens because it's one and done. Playoffs, you never know.
Yep, exactly. Let's get into the Jets 6, Saints 29. I know this is impossible because they're different divisions. They're different conferences too. But I don't know why, but it feels like the Jets and the Saints have been playing like 5 times this year. They feel like they played 5 times. Just 2
like
bad teams. Sad franchises heading in bad. Well, the Saints are starting to show a little bit of life. They've won 3 in a row. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing.
I don't know what they're doing yet.
But it's showing. Yeah. I think Tyler Shuck is trying to make a case for it's like, hey, I'm the guy of the future. So I guess for that, hey.
It's a weird situation because now you're like, okay, do we have our quarterback? They got Rattler there too, so they got to make some decisions. They're not going to draft they're going to draft the offensive lineman. They always do, but their draft stock is dropping because they keep winning for no reason.
It sucks, man. It sucks to be bad all season, and then you're like, okay, well, at least we'll get a top pick. And then you win at the end for no reason. Now you were never in the playoffs. You're still not in the playoffs, and you're just hurting your draft spot. That's what I mean. You can't even tank.
That's
right.
what Raiders do that every year. Now we're finally starting to
see if we can get it right. Yeah. Bills 23, Browns 20. Bills needed to win. Bills got the win. Browns, but it was not as good as you were hoping for a more impressive win. Yeah. But I guess the style points don't matter. Bills get another W. Yeah,
Browns, I mean, they have a tough defense. So that's the only thing I can take away from this as far as like Bills not getting a big, like a better win. But I think all the Browns are doing is trying to get Myles Garrett the record. So that's all they care about.
Did he get it? I know he got a half sack early.
I think he's tied. Or he might be, I don't know. It was a weird half. I feel like they just gave it to him, so that don't really count. It needs to be like a real. For me, it needs to be a real sack.
Yeah,
they'll get it next week. But yeah, Bills did what they're supposed to do. They were 10-point favorites, so that's crazy.
Insane. Chiefs 9, Titans 26. Hey, Chiefs down to the third string.
Appreciate you, Chiefs.
I
feel like the Chiefs they felt bad for whooping us for the last 30 years, and they did us a favor and they let Titans win. So now we got the second pick locked in, and. So it's huge.
I'm not gonna lie.
That's huge.
This is kind of. You tell me if you did this or had this happen to you also. So I feel like this is kind of hard. As people who watch the NFL kind of keep up with it, blah blah blah. I had never heard of the
quarterback for
the third string quarterback of the Chiefs. I thought
it was a fullback or something that they put in.
I thought it was a receiver out there for like. And I was like, crazy. What? Who are you? And how am I? I've never heard of you in college or nothing.
The Chiefs are so smart. They're out of the playoffs. They're going to lose their next 2 games. I'm just scared because we play on week 18 and they're going to let us win. I just know it. Andy Reid's too smart. He's probably like, we're out. Let's get a better pick.
Yeah.
They're going to go from like middle of the pack to like top 8 pick. Watch. Somehow they're going to end up getting a top 10, top 12 pick.
And then the Titans, congratulations. What is that, third win?
Yes.
All right. Let's move on. This was a really good game, interesting game. I picked the upset, and I feel like a genius every time I do. Jags 34, Broncos 20. And I know we get in fights online with people who are like, what's going on? Why don't you idiots have the Broncos in there? And it's just kind of like, listen, we said it all year. I feel like it's become the slogan. Good roster, good record. They played good last week. I was impressed with them last week, but then you see them playing one of the who have now become an elite team in the NFL. The Jags. The Jags are for real. Like you can't deny with the defense, with their offense playing the way it's playing. Good team. They come in and they beat them by 2 touchdowns. That's crazy.
On the road.
Yeah. And Denver, Mile High. Ask anybody.
Play, yeah.
Everybody hates playing there.
So that was impressive. When we've been, on the fence with the Jags, but. They're a good team, man. You got to start. It's hard to trust, like, a team that's historically been bad. It's just hard to tell yourself, like, yeah, I trust them. It takes a lot more. So I've always liked Trevor Lawrence. I've said that. And they have, once you have your quarterback, even though their coach is a little goofball, he's doing his thing. So their defense is good. I like Jacksonville there.
Bro, that is hard to watch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even a little goop. I thought after that, I was like, they're gonna have a shitty season. But
Let's
They
move
got
on
pieces,
to
man.
yeah, they do. The Broncos will keep watching, but it's another win. You're not gonna knock them too down because I do think the Jags are good, but it's almost like this is kind of what we didn't trust about the Broncos all season. Falcons 26, Cardinals 19, kind of an irrelevant game. Don't need to spend too much time on there. Let's get into Raiders 21, Texans 23. Almost pulled off a W. This has got to be the best type of game that you could play, where you guys look good. Genty looks good. He's torching a great defense, and you still lose. You still keep, that's perfect.
It was a little too close for comfort for my liking, because that was just, we need to be down at least 2 scores at all times to be comfortable. But defense has been playing good all year, I think. Not great. Obviously, it's hard to play great when you have that offense, but the defense has been good. That's why it's sad to see. One thing that did change, I think, this week and last week is Pete Carroll stopped kind of, getting involved in defensive play calling. Patrick Graham's back on it, so that's why they're starting to look a little better. Because our last couple years too, defense has always been okay. Texans offense is terrible. Their defense wins them games, so nothing too impressive. But I'm glad we lost. We got the number 2 pick right now. We play the Giants next week. That's going to be crazy. And if we lose that game, we're good. So thankful that we lost. I still don't like. They're trying too hard. I need Genty to chill out a little bit.
That was a perfect game where they look good, for sure. Yeah, and then they still lose. That's perfect. That's what you want to do next week too. Yeah. Let's move on to Steelers 29, Lions 24. Right where we're supposed to be. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Another guaranteed winning season above 500. You know why? Because the standard is the standard. That is what we're all about here in Pittsburgh, and the standard continues to live on. The legacy of Mike Tomlin. We're popping bottles. You hear that, boys? You see that? You see on the way out when he was walking out with Aaron Rodgers and Cam Hayward, and he's like, these 2 monsters right here. And they're like, this is the coach. This is the guy who never loses more than, stays above 500. And I'm just like, how about in the playoffs? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you haven't won in the playoffs. The last game that you did win in the playoffs, you didn't even score a touchdown. It was all field goals. But, hey, Mike Tomlin's incredible. He'd never been under 500. Shut the fuck up.
Sign the extension, baby. Sign it.
There was a joke that was going around online, and it was talking about how who was it? It was like Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears. By beating the Bears, he's going to be able, I forgot what it was, but it was something about like he would be able to affect the Bears by either losing or beating to the Lions. Yeah. But it was just funny. But anyways,
you got to be
Lions chances to get into the playoffs.
They're starting to all your love for the Steelers aside, you little bit of credit for beating the Lions.
Yeah, no. Yeah. This was one of our better wins. Yeah,
then on the road.
And then I guarantee you, watch, we're gonna lose next week to the Browns.
Browns, yeah.
No. This is just so live it up. Ooh, today's the day where everybody tells me like, shut the fuck up. You see, Vic, we beat a good team. When it's like, at this point, this isn't about the regular season. We already met our quota of staying above 500. This is all about the playoffs. It's not like, hey, see, you got into the playoffs. We've gotten into the playoffs. That has not been the issue.
I'll be the first one to call you out and do he's sad, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to lie to you. It's pretty impressive. You've been on point all year with this team. So it is impressive, especially with how crazy this season's been. When I watch him, I'm like, this fool's been right again. He's right. So
it's just crazy.
I got to give you credit for that.
I will say I did pick the Lions, so I didn't expect the Steelers to win, especially with the Lions. The Lions just don't lose back-to-back games, and they did. And it's crazy that I picked the Lions and I threw them in my parlay, which I never do parlays. But all of a sudden, I was like, you know what?
That Jacksonville pick was nasty. Usually, you would do straight up and get some dub. That Jacksonville would have got you.
That would have got me. Yeah, that's why I don't do parlays. That's all I'm thinking about. So, yeah, there you go. But Steelers, congratulations. We are so back to where we have been the last 10 years.
We are right where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, we are right in the middle.
Tomlin was on the hot seat for a little bit. So, is he off the hot seat now?
This is what's scaring me. what's going to happen? Is he going to reel off another 2 wins, another win or 2 after this? And then
I think you guys.
This is the year we can win a playoff game. This is the year, not because anything's changed or that, because now we're Super Bowl contending. But there's no Patrick Mahomes. There's Josh Allen, but that team is ass. I've said this before. There's no Ravens. There's no this is the year where I could see us upsetting somebody. Now you got new guys. You got the Chargers. You got the Texans. You got the Jags. I'm scared of all those. But the big dogs that have taken us out of the playoffs in the past are no longer there.
Yeah.
So it's like, this could be the year. And if we do go on and win a single playoff game, what's that going to do? He's going to be set for another 50 years.
I think if you guys win, I think you guys will beat Browns next week. For sure. I'm not for sure, but I think you guys will beat the Browns. Week 18, you guys play Ravens again.
Yep.
I feel like Ravens are not going to have nothing left to play for. And if Lamar's out, you guys should win that game too. Ravens without Lamar are terrible. We know.
Yeah.
They've been terrible with them. So, but that's going to be 11 wins. So it's going to, that's Mike Tomlin's going to walk in the office like, yo.
You see what I do? Okay, let's talk after the playoffs.
Yeah.
Let's get into Sunday night game. Patriots 28, Ravens 24. Another hard game to gauge. Yes, good Patriots win, but Lamar Jackson did go down. Was it second quarter?
Yeah, second or yeah.
It was
first half.
I believe it was second quarter. Yeah. Or early in the third quarter. Long story short, he didn't play one of the halves, and the Ravens still put up 24. The Patriots, get another dub, but it's one of those wins that we've been arguing about all year where it's like, yes, they keep getting the W's, but their record is
they're not
good,
playing
but their schedule's been so weak. So
no, for sure. I agree 100%. Same thing. Only good thing is they are finishing these games.
Yes, absolutely.
Because this game, the defense, so what happened, Ravens had the ball at the end to go, drive down and score, potentially win. Zay Flowers fumbled again. I think that's something else people need to talk about. Zay Flowers fumbles in the worst times. He's done it so many times.
That team does.
They do. Yes, they do some. Yeah, they got some. And it's crazy. Their coach is all about
fundamentals.
Structure, fundamentals. So it's it's just been a weird year. But Patriots, not an impressive win. You're playing an injured team. But they got the job done, so that's cool.
Let's move on to our Monday Night Football picks of the week. We have the 49ers. 49ers at the Colts. And Phillip Rivers is going to be making his second start. 49ers are favored by 5.5 points. Preet, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start.
Who do you like here?
All right. I want to take the Colts really, really bad.
I know you do.
To win. But I do like the points if you're a betting man. I like the points. I like the 5.5. At home, Colts at home. Colts are out of the playoffs, not out of the playoffs, but they're not even in the wild card right now. So that's crazy. They've lost 4 or 5 in a row. I just think the Niners, their offense is obviously starting to gel. Brock Purdy's back. I think the Niners will win this game. So I'm going to take the Niners. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts win.
Yikes. That's crazy. You ready for this one? Yeah. 49ers at the Colts. Ladies and gentlemen, consider this a gift from Santa. Consider this your early Christmas gift. Consider this the payment that you're going to be receiving from Santa Claus, from the San Francisco 49ers. This is a lock it up, throw the key away, put your mortgage, put your wife, put your kid, put your firstborn, put their firstborn on it. This is what we call free money. This is free money. It's crazy that we get this right before. It's like a little Christmas gift. So everybody who's listening to the podcast, shout out Houston and LA and Bakersfield and everybody. Congratulations, sweetheart. The 49ers minus 5.5 points is free money. What is everybody like? We love free money. Put your wife on it. Put your kids on it. Put the mortgage on it. Put all of next year, put a 2026 mortgage. Look at this as an ATM. When you go to the ATM and you say, I want to withdraw, beep, 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 you get to type in your number. You get to type, how much do you want to withdraw? 49ers minus 5.5. Lock of the, a lot of people say millennium. I'm going to say billennium. I don't even know what that means. Lock of the millennium. Throw the key away. 49ers win, 49ers cover. You're getting a little bit of a rat line because of the fact that Phillip Rivers and the Colts look somewhat good against a good team in the Seahawks. I guarantee you this line beforehand, there's a thing called, in Vegas, it's called the look-ahead line. A couple weeks ago, this line was not 5.5, especially after they signed Phillip Rivers. But all of a sudden, Phillip Rivers goes to Seattle. He looks decent. They were winning, and then they need the Seattle needs a last-second field goal in order to win the game. They're like, oh, they're a good team. He's looking good. We got to lower that line. You're getting the free value. Take it from Uncle Vic. I'm giving you free money. Merry Christmas.
Uncle Santa Vic.
Santa Vic. Let's go into our top 5 teams to wrap up the show. This is I tell you, sometimes it's easy, and this is, to me, this is hard. You want to go first? You want me to go first? I'll go for it.
All right, so
top 5 teams of the NFL
right now, top 5
through week 16 minus Monday Night Football. Go ahead.
This week was crazy. I'm gonna do the list a little bit, but my top 2 stayed same. But after that, you got to shuffle.
Start from number 5.
Yeah, we got to shuffle some stuff around. So for me right now, this is my top 5 are, I got the Bills at 5, I got the Patriots at 4, Bears at 3, Rams at 2, and I still got the Seahawks number 1.
Yeah, I mean, I can see the very predictable top 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, top 2 teams. You had Seahawks over the Ramsey pretty much.
I've had Seahawks, last couple weeks, so I had to leave them up there. They won that game. The Rams beat them last time. I was on the fence of swapping it, but I think if the Rams would have won again this week, I would have had to put the Rams number 1. So I think Seahawks look good, but that's my top 5.
Yeah, remind me again of your top 5. Go
top 5. I got Bills 5, Patriots 4, Bears 3, Rams 2, and Seahawks 1.
Damn, we have very different lists.
It's crazy, bro. I feel like there's no right or wrong list after the top 2.
Crazy. Yes, I could not agree more. So,
like, for me, go ahead.
I agree, because I think top 2, I think is pretty much locked in. They played each other. They played an epic game, blah, blah, blah. So here's my top 5 through week 16. I have the Jags at number 5.
Ooh.
I have the Jags at number 5. See, the reason why is because I had the Broncos in last week, and I had the Jags right outside of my honorable mention. And they came in and had a convincing win. So 5, I got the Jags. Number 4, I got the Bears.
Ooh,
number
4.
3, I got the Texans. I got the Texans at 3.
Oh,
I got the Texans at 3.
God, this guy's going crazy. First, he put a newborn on the line.
Confidently.
This is wild. I like it. I like this.
Number 2, I got the Seahawks. And number 1, I still have the Rams. I think if they played again next week, I think the Rams would win. So I think that's just a division game. 2 good teams, 2 heavyweights throwing punches in the middle of it. One won the first match. The other one won the second match. And if they fought again,
anything could happen.
Anything could happen, exactly. So
Texans at 3 is crazy. I do got
their defense is insane.
I do. Yeah, I got Texans on the fringe. Just by their. I still don't trust their offense. CJ's still kind of shaky. I don't like their coaching offensively. I don't think he's a good offensive coach. But they're getting by right now. They're not. Lions fell off. They're a weird team. I feel like their coaching is kind of getting in the way. Niners, down.
Good record.
Yeah.
Shaky. I don't have the Patriots in there anymore.
I feel like Patriots they got it. They have the best. They have the the record. They're obviously their competition hasn't been the best. Their opponents, but they still get the job done. I feel like you have to. No, you don't have to. But Green Bay's hurt on offense and defense. It's hard to put them up there. This is just what's happening right now.
Yeah,
like, you can't trust Green Bay when they're hurt. Nobody knows what's gonna happen with Jordan Love. Jacksonville is right there, and Denver. Still don't trust Denver.
Yeah, don't trust Denver.
Don't trust Denver. And then Eagles, I feel like they're just tired. They might be that one Super Bowl, and then they're just like tired of it. They look bored. They're not.
Maybe
convincing.
when the playoff starts, they'll
turn it up.
That switch. Yeah,
they're not convincing. So
I have them on my outside, kind of looking in, but I have them in my honorable mentions, which goes in this. I don't know if this particular order, but for sure, the Patriots and the Bills, I have them just outside looking in. The Bills, obviously, I love Josh Allen, but
I feel like their offense is starting to get it going a little bit. I like that.
20 points on this. I mean,
yeah,
they played a good
20.
defense,
but I'm talking like not just points wise, but like the flow of the offense. If you've been watching, like this, it's getting a little better. James Cook is good.
Yeah, James Cook is good. That's what I said last week. Josh Allen and James Cook against the world.
I know it sounds weird because everyone's like, Josh Allen has to be Superman to win.
He does.
They need I feel like if they like open it up a little bit and let some other guys get involved, take a little bit off of his shoulders, it might help him out.
They need some receiver help is what they don't have that, bro.
Kincaid's been okay. He's been up and down, but
those are tight ends, though. I'm
talking about just their receivers. I don't know why they don't go out and get somebody.
They've tried. They thought it was going to be Coleman, and he's a fucking child. Like, I don't know. Look, can we get Josh Allen some damn help, please? Other than James Cook, can we get Josh Allen some damn help? How about a wide receiver? That'd be nice. Someone other than Dalton Kincaid. Someone other than Mini-Me out there, Tupac Shakur. Damn, get some help.
He's been ass.
Anything, yeah, exactly. Is kind of the like they'll have their games, but it's like overall like not great. That's gonna wrap it up. Do you have anything else you want to mention? That's gonna wrap it up for
everybody. Pray for the Raiders to lose next 2 games, please.
You know what is gonna be hilarious? We should find a way to watch that game.
Well, I'm just waiting for it. Like I feel like because Gino's on his way out, Pete Carroll's on his way out, so I feel like they're gonna be like, hey, remember when
all in Max Crosby?
Remember what was his name? Love you or something like that from
Lovie Smith. Oh yeah. He won
Bears,
one of their last games.
Yeah, he won on like purpose. Obviously, he didn't go win, but he was all smiling and stuff, and then he knew he was getting fired, so he messed up.
But yeah. Anyways,
like Pete and Gino are gonna do some shit like
that'll be interesting. The toilet bowl, but you want to lose the next game. Let's see if the Raiders could even do that.
If there's a way to score negative points, we need to figure it out.
And with that, we leave you there. Y'all have a great week. Sleep good. Leading into Christmas Day, we're going to be back in for a Christmas special. John's going to be back in studio. Preet's going to be back in studio. We're going to be recording that early. We'll drop it on, when is Thanksgiving on Wednesday or Thursday? Christmas? Yeah.
Love Thanksgiving.
I do.
You think they should cancel Christmas and do 2 Thanksgivings?
Yeah, but hell yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, but gifts.
Trump he's doing random ass shit, so we might throw that in there.
There's no rules.
2 Thanksgivings.
What? Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
It's a great holiday. It's a wonderful holiday, but we're gonna get rid of it. We're just gonna celebrate Thanksgiving 2 times.
Thanksgiving Eve is the 24th. Thanksgiving Day is the 25th.
Yeah, but I need days.
Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay. So yeah.
Kwanzaa's on the Friday.
Thank you.
Anybody out there celebrating Kwanzaa?
Shout out to you. Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
But y'all have a great night heading into Christmas vacation. A lot of you guys are already taking the time off. I love you. Say it back. We'll be back in. Be looking out for that Christmas special.
Peace.
Have a great night. Peace out.
Peace. Go Giants.
Go Giants. That is real.